from Indiana University, reputable leaders in the healthcare industry. It all starts here.
After the Marine Corps, I was diagnosed with PTSD and became homeless for 15 years. Like a hermit living on the street, I just existed. I came to Wheeler Mission. Wheeler operates on a culture of kindness. Going through their programs reminded me that my meaning in life is to serve God. God set me free from anxiety and depression. Before Wheeler, I just existed, but today I live.
Sprinkles if you got them. Jack's Donuts, find a location near you, now.
Hey conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks. We're trying to hear. Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
My kid heard that solo.
You saying I did?
These guys are fired up. Our crew is fired up. Game one's coming your way next.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Transylvania University for today's HCLC Women's Championship matchup. It's Transylvania and Franklin. Great to have you with us on this Saturday afternoon. Winner today goes to the NCAA Division III tournament, and that's big for both these teams here. Troy Dergowski, along with Coach Keith Myers. These two teams played not long ago. In fact, on the 29th of March, they played to a 27-4 final. Transylvania dominated that matchup, and now Franklin's got to find a way to return the favor today.
That's one of the games that Franklin probably won't want to remember for a long, long time. Probably threw away the tape and got ready for this one. This is a different day, different time, and a big thing is in the stake, a trip to the national championships.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We'll talk more as we go along, as you see both teams preparing for the opening of this one here this afternoon. Talk about some of the keys to this one, but psychologically, though, Keith, when you get beat that bad, you've got to find a way to put that, like you say, out of your mind and come back. The key might be today, can Franklin stop that hot start that Transylvania had in their first matchup? They had 12 goals in the opening period of play.
Yeah, and the momentum just carried on through and through and through during the game. So, again, you try to not remember that game. It was a trip down. I'm sure they were very, very relaxed. I know we were. We did our aerobics workout already today. So both teams ready to play here.
5 straight regular season championships for Transylvania. They come into this one here today at 10-4. For Franklin College, they're 9-5. They won a semifinal matchup to advance here today by beating Anderson at home by a final of 16-10. For Transylvania, we talked about this on the way here. Think about the last just 3 games that Transylvania's had. They've outscored their opponents 83-12. We're talking about 27, 27, and 27 goals in 3 games. That's amazing.
Sounds like my coaching when I was coaching football. I got scored 83-12 in one game, let alone 3. So, yeah, both teams ready as we are working on the net and the far end. The goal needs maybe some more zip ties. You know, they need Jay Jones down there. He
I
was
know.
doing a good job zip tying the banner, the HCAC banner. So,
Well, he's very experienced at that. Transylvania, they've won 6 in a row. We mentioned what they've done in their last 3. Keep an eye today on number 2, Abby Peterson. She's the player of the year. Then you have the defensive player of the year in Abby Waldron. Of course, Rachel Bragg, the coach of the year. The last time that these two teams got together, Abby Peterson, 6 goals, 3 assists. Lula Thompson had 5 goals. And then Charlotte Green, she had a great day, 6 goals, 4 assists. I tell you, that's a pretty good afternoon.
that's not a bad afternoon for Franklin. Quick start. That's what they need to do, a quick start, and we'll see what happens here.
Quick start, and make sure you get as many possessions as you possibly can. Draw control. See who'll pick this one up first as they continue to battle there at the circle. And we are underway, and Transylvania will have their first possession.
90-second shot clock is in effect today.
Transylvania is so good. If you watch them, their passing ability, their ability to get to where they want to score, and certainly the more 8-meter goals they can accomplish here today, that's going to be big. But then on the other side, you have to think about Franklin. They're going to really have to defend well here this afternoon. Ball inside at the 8-foot, or should say the 8-meter, and it's a first goal of the ball game.
Number 2, Abby Peterson.
And there's Peterson picking up right where she left off before. They run a really good motion offense, and you saw it right there. Good passing. Once she won the draw control, and we just talked about that a minute ago. We're only talking, 45, 46 seconds into the opening period, and Transylvania gets on top early. Riley Rice in goal today for Franklin. She's given up 110 coming in, averaging at 12.29 goals against with 87 saves, and her save possession is only at .442. That's her percentage coming into this one here this afternoon. Another draw control by Transylvania.
Transylvania spreading out the field, and that's exactly what they're looking for. And you said the 8-meter mark, and there's a shot there on goal.
Yeah, that was Peterson once again. We'll stay right here. That's one thing about today that we're going to keep an eye on, and that is the possession time that one team could have over the other. And you see right now Transylvania working.
4, where are you? 4.
At the top.
Gotta see
They're now at the 12-meter right side, but now working to the end line and work now behind the cage. Good look there at Tanya Barbie. When you have a 90-second shot clock, you can be really patient here.
Yep.
But here's the other thing. Franklin's got to make sure, if they're going to have a chance here today, to keep Transylvania outside that 8-meter area, make them shoot closer to 12 here this afternoon. So now Franklin back on offense, really for the first time here today.
Yeah, first time in it. Having a hard time getting it across.
Yeah, sloppy with the possession, and it'll be Transylvania once again on the attack. Now we're already talking here this early, still a lot of lacrosse to be played, but you haven't seen the ball now for Franklin get past midfield.
Almost a filling out process early in the game, though. 1 goal is not bad, but you're right, you haven't generated any offense at all for yourself.
Backside once again on the spin, that'll be number 3, Diana Bruder, shot a little bit high. On the other side, when you talk about goalkeepers, we mentioned Abby Waldron, the defensive player of the year. And we've got a whistle on the outside, but Waldron coming in, 127 goals, given up a goal against average at 9.16, or save average at 533. Loose ball just outside the cage on the right. It looks like Transylvania will hold on to it.
2, when we're set up in this type of
pretty good look there at
the
defense for Franklin, trying to keep position inside. That's a
shot
shot high, but
right
back
there,
behind
right
the
there,
cage
right
to receive. It'll stay with Transylvania.
And let the hero pick up.
Pretty impressive. That ball went wide, and Transylvania catches the ball and ready to run their offense again, and the shot clock's down at 15 seconds.
Transy working it again behind the cage, and that was shot low, and the score. And it's 2-0. That'll be number 20, Sophia Sparks. Sparks, the senior out of Louisville. And just like that, it is 2-0 here early. One thing that Franklin will have to do here, try to get the draw control, work it into the offense, and then really find a way to get some shooting space, because this is a good Transylvania defense they're going to be facing here this afternoon. But I really like, you look at the freedom of movement you saw on the offense there by Transylvania, their ability to get the ball inside that 8-meter, and the draw control won by Franklin for the first time today. Bella Fry in control. Now Franklin for the first time. Let's see what they have offensively. Transylvania very tough to score against, and that's a bad pass. Turnover there, stolen away by Abby Waldron. Here come the Pioneers once again. That is Peterson.
Almost like a fast break, Troy.
Yeah, Peterson, and they're going to wave that off. Peterson really did a nice job. You can see how she can control and her drive to the goal. Maybe better than anybody in the conference this season. We will have our first penalty here, and the opportunity is going to be missed there by Transylvania. Had a free position opportunity there for Transylvania, and that was Abby Peterson. Try to go low on the shot, ball loose, could be another turnover, and it is for Franklin.
I tell you what, Transylvania's everywhere today.
And I like now they're going to set back up and then work the offense once again to the right side.
Reminds me almost like a soccer team setting up for an offense. Just back it up and reset. Makes everybody sure they're in the right position.
And you see Franklin, and they're in a man-to-man, and here's Peterson.
She's the one that's dangerous.
Well, they've got, again, a lot of different weapons. You think Peterson this year, 68 points coming in. Charlotte Green, 62 points in this contest. And another goal just inside the 12. And that's going to be Charlotte Green. 7 shots now by Transylvania, only 2 shots. Or I should say no shots so far by Franklin, and a couple of saves, but they have dominated this one early. And again, Charlotte Green, one of the names that we'll mention a lot today, came in with 62 points, but 42 goals, 10 behind Abby Peterson. And then you have Mandy Ryder at 32 and Diana Bruder at 35 goals this year. Draw control once again. Franklin unable to get a clear possession here, and now they finally come up with it. Foul called, and near the 12-meter, it'll continue to be Franklin. That is 42, Victoria Simmons. She's out of Carmel, Indiana. Excellent.
That's good.
Lacrosse program there at Carmel. Franklin being very patient. Gladowski on the left side at the 12-meter.
Winds picking up a little bit today, Troy.
Yeah, we had sunshine earlier. That has since disappeared. But overcast skies, a little bit cooler down on the field for the players here this afternoon with 9:04 to go in this opening period. Really, when you look at this one so far for Franklin, much better than what they had in that last meeting in which they gave up 12 goals in the opening period. But another turnover there by Franklin. And Bruder will take it and will transition the other way.
Oh, look at this.
Well, that's what Waldron does well, too. Really nice pass to transition into the offense.
Survey the whole entire field.
Good look there at Peterson.
She got that on the bounce.
And working behind the cage, now left side, looking for running room to the inside, and that one may have hit the post. Excellent look there for Peterson, just barely missed. But then another turnover potentially here. Boy, in offense, you've got to have possessions. And so far for Franklin, not enough here in the opening period of play.
And during the broadcast, we will keep count of how many trains goes by. This is number 1.
Kind of reminds you of Kokomo in baseball, huh?
Yeah, it does.
Transy back in offense once again, working top 12. See how patient they are?
Yeah, 60 seconds left on the shot
A
clock.
little bit too tight.
Here's
Just a
Peterson.
a little bit further out.
Now Franklin playing that man-to-man, and I know that at some point, with Peterson having such a big year, that they might double team her at some point just to try to make sure she doesn't hurt them too much. But the problem is you have so many other different players that can step up. Ball loose, past midfield. And another turnover once again by Franklin. Got to get some successful clears for Franklin, and that has not happened so far as we come up on 7 minutes remaining in period 1. Good cut, right lane, good. That may have been Charlotte Green again.
And for Transylvania by number 11, Charlotte Green. With the assist for number 19,
How about that
Ian
lane on the
Kosher.
right side, a perfect pass, and really nothing that Riley Rice could do. That's just how quick that was.
Look at the quick release.
I mean, that's almost to the point where that's tough for anybody to guard, number 1, and to defend in goal, number 2.
There's a good look at her. Grandma and Grandpa will be happy to see that shot.
Well, you get a good idea of the way that they ran the offense that time, and Green was coming down that right lane. But it was really the pass, and your goalie had to make a shift over very quickly, just not enough.
She's from Michigan. You know that she does a little bit about lacrosse.
Yeah. Michigan, what a great state. Football, good basketball.
Yeah.
I mentioned that. I'm a Wolverines fan.
Yeah, I know somebody like that.
Here we go the other way again. Peterson with a fake and the shot, and another one. How about that by Abby Peterson? I was mentioning a little bit ago, the last time these two teams played, it was 12-1 after the opening period of play, and maybe it'd be a little bit better, and so far it is, but still 5 goals early. Franklin is in a big hole.
But you keep playing. You got to keep playing.
Boy, you look at Transy over the last even 4 games. We talked about they beat Mount St. Joe 27-3. They go to Hanover, win that one 27-5. They beat this Franklin team at Franklin 27-4. But we forgot to mention they beat Center 20-10. So you're talking about almost 100 goals in just 5 games. That's just incredible what they've done recently. So after the whistle, on the draw control, it will be in possession here of Transylvania.
Take 4.
10 shots to no shots so far here in the opening period of play.
This is a very long week for our team, as we will be heading to
with a yellow
softball
card on
and
Franklin, number
baseball
13, Bella Fry.
next week. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, down here at Transy and also at Kokomo for the baseball finals.
Ball loose inside the 8-meter, and we've got a whistle, and that'll go against Franklin. So Transylvania should be a free position opportunity once again. And this is another thing that when you look at Franklin, you cannot give up a lot of free position goals at this stage. Nice save. Rice went low to get it. But now you need a clear, and certainly in transition. Bad pass near side. Stolen away by Rao.
Rao just stepped right in front of that pass. Telegraphed.
By the way, stats on the Transylvania Sports website if you want to follow along as we go here this afternoon. Backhand just to the left.
There's the save.
Great effort. Take a look at this save last we saw by Rice.
Caught that right in the circle.
But Transylvania back again.
Goal for Transylvania by number 11, Charlotte Green.
This time it'll be Charlotte Green
number 20,
again.
Sophia Sparks.
And Green.
Has a track hit. Hat trick. Trick. Already.
By the way, Sparks also got the assist there. Still 5:50 remaining here in the opening period of play. 6-0.
Good job, 4, on getting that goal.
Okay, you and I have been in this situation in coaching.
Yes.
When you get down early, and I know you say, I know you got to keep playing, but you've got to also find a way now to not let this thing get any worse, because you're looking at certainly a run rule coming soon, or a goal run rule. And so you got to find a way to stay in the game.
Got to stay in the game. You know, call a timeout, maybe just relax them. This is a tough position right here. And if you're a player, how do you keep your mind still in the ballgame a little bit?
Exactly. Draw control again, won by Transylvania. They are so quick to get into scoring position that Franklin's defense, they got to get back a lot quicker. That's a shot just to the right by Bruder as it goes past the end line. Being a restricted area just behind the goal, but the ball loose in front of the cage, but still Transylvania comes up with it. That was Koschoffer there for Transylvania.
Beautiful facility here in Transylvania.
Yeah, you mentioned how busy next week you'll be back here.
Yes, sir.
As you said, for softball, and then baseball up in Kokomo. Shot, and nice save there by Rice. You know, a lot of goalies will say I'm better at going low than high, and if a lot of shooters like to go high, you know, you can get a lot more on your shot, but the thing is, I'm not so sure I can move high fast enough. Quick whistle. We'll stay right here with Franklin. Inside the restraining lines once again, which are the red lines you'll see. Kind of breaks the field up, not exactly in thirds. As that'll be a turnover there. And here comes Transylvania once again. Take a look at this last save we saw moments ago. Yeah, see, Rice did a nice job. That was a nice scoop shot.
She went down after that ball.
But Transylvania once again right back on offense. Work behind at the restricted area right there, and you can see where Franklin is trying to find the cutter, and they don't find him in time. Goal will be scored, this one by Lula Thompson. Out of Lexington,
number
Kentucky.
19, Ian Koschoffer.
Koschoffer got the assist. Senior, there are what now, 6 seniors, I believe, on this Transy lacrosse team, and a lot of championships over the last 5 years, and they're right now leading this one 7-0, and also leading in shots 16-0. Right now, just pure domination.
16 shots, 4 saves, 7 goals. 3:50 left first quarter. Well, hello to a fan in Florida who's listening today and watching today. Must have got done scuba diving.
Well, how long can you scuba dive, and then you know you got to get out and watch a little women's lacrosse.
You got to watch women's lacrosse. That's right.
Another draw control won by Transylvania. Here's Peterson. Watch Peterson just cut through the defense. Nice pass to the inside, and almost,
save.
Yeah. Tell you what, Sparks almost picked up another one. Good cut again. Shot low, and another score. Tanya Barbie out of Louisville getting into the act.
Number 9, Tania Barbie.
Wow.
I think mom and dad's down here are pretty close to us.
With the assist from number 19, Ian Koschoffer.
Koschoffer gets the assist. Take a look at this one. Right lane open, and good shot, and that one went to the right side of the keeper, Rice.
And Troy, why don't you explain why they drop their sticks right away at the goal once they score?
Well, I think it's certainly something they make sure they check it to make sure that it's still legal. Might be a little bit too deep at times when the ball's passed around. It's really, I think, more not as necessary as you would think, but they do check it just to make sure it's a legal stick. Here we go again. Good look here at Peterson. Whistle from behind, foul call. Looks like we may have a free position attempt here for Transy. They'll work on the hash mark right. Looks like that might be Peterson, and it is. Once that whistle is blown, you can come from behind. You see the defender behind. There's 2 defenders on each side of Peterson. But Peterson, if she can get that lane, which the shot went a little bit high, you have a great opportunity to get a goal there. Transy this year on free position opportunities at 4:15. They were 44 of 106 coming in. But you see the possession again for Transylvania. And they work in that restricted area very well. Want to get to that 8-meter in. There's a nice pass cut down the center lane, but picked up there by the keeper, Rice. That ball's up for grabs.
Clearing.
Yeah, you got to have some successful clears here. Oh. And we've got just a little bit of a push from behind. Sleeper, that's Jillian Sleeper there for Franklin. She is out of Carmel.
Transy does not wait for anybody.
No.
When that ball's alive, they're down here within 10 seconds of the shot clock.
Well, and they move very well. If you watch to the outside, the weaving at the top, and then looking for position to the inside. They want to get it inside the 8 if they can, because that's a great opportunity. Good cut, and another save here by Rice.
6th saved of the day. Another clearing pass.
Boy, Waldron kind of down there all by herself as you see an opportunity, and then a ball dropped. Oh.
Was that from behind, though, Troy? I think that might have been behind.
Well, I didn't see if she checked or not. I think it just came out of her netting. She was well on her way to drive maybe a one-on-one against Waldron. Only problem is you lost it in another turnover.
Save.
Here's the
look
save.
at that save, yeah. Yeah, there's no doubt she's had, speaking of Riley Rice, some good saves, but she's going to have some help from her defense. There's no way you can continue to play and have these opportunities inside the 12 meters, and there's another turnover. Oh, I tell you what, fake high went low. That is Sparks again.
Goal for Transylvania by number 20, Sophia Sparks.
Boy, that is a pretty goal. You'll see her fake, get Rice out of position, then shoot low.
Replay.
Here we go.
Look at that.
Good shot by our camera guys.
Oh.
And then the toss.
Well, you saw China Jackson there out of Warren Central High School. You got to get your body in front and force her back the other way.
All right, guys, looking good.
Don't let her work to her right. So another draw, controlled opportunity here for Franklin. Need to get something quickly.
You know, you see the official there? That could not be me. I'm afraid that they would whack me in the head.
Only because they know you, not because of an accident. That'll be a check foul there, but you see Transylvania, they don't wait. And a nice save there by Rice.
Oh, they waved off the offsides.
31 seconds remaining here in this opening period, and it's not 12 goals, but you feel like everything again has gone Transy's way, and it has here in this opening period of play. They still have a chance here. Ball tipped in the air. Possession will stay with Transy. They work it in the restricted area. Cut down the right lane. Nice save by Rice. Off the shot that time by Charlotte Green, and she had a point-blank shot opportunity. Nothing here can be done really for Franklin at 3.7, so whatever you do, don't turn it over and have a wide-open shot from distance, and the clock will run down to 0.5.
And that's the end of the first
And
period.
they go ahead and say they will run it out here in period number 1. After one, Transy, the 9-0 lead. You're watching HCAC TV, where you always have a front seat.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Back once again here at Transylvania. It's a 9-0 lead. Keith, run down the first period scoring.
14-14 was the first goal by Abby Peterson. 11-27, Sophia Sparks. Charlotte Green has one at 9:54, 7:02, and 5:50. Lou Thomas joins the fray at 3:50, and Tanya Barbie at 3:28, and one at 49 seconds.
Okay, so right now Charlotte Green, though, has the hat trick at this point.
23, 9 goals on 23 shots. The live stats, look at this. Transy's on top of things. So,
yeah, look at the shots. 23 zip.
Take 2.
Ground balls 13-2 early. Clears, Transylvania 5 of 5 and Franklin 2 of 10. I mean, it's just right now when you look at the numbers statistically, it is basically what you would expect on the scoreboard at 9-0. Turnovers, you're looking at Franklin had 11. Transylvania only 4, and then the draw control by period 8-2 Transylvania.
Yeah, the big key there is the clearing. Successful only 2 out of 12 times of making that progress.
4.
So 9-0 score. You know, if you're Franklin's coach, you know, there's not much you can say other than get it out, ladies. Let's see what you got.
Yeah, no kidding. Sunshine coming back out a little bit here in Transylvania, but a beautiful day for this championship game, and this broadcast is copyrighted by IndianaSRN and HCAC TV for the private use of our audience. The use of pictures, videos, and audio without the express written permission of HCAC TV is prohibited.
Now, you're watching home and you see the scoreboard up there and it says 1. It's the first half.
First half. So we do play by quarters. We have first half. Yeah.
And if you're in Tampa and you're watching, grab you some lemonade and sit back and enjoy.
Well, and hopefully, if you're in Tampa watching, you're outside in somewhere nice.
I guarantee you they're outside on the patio.
No, I would be. Now the draw control opportunity here. Let's see what happens if Franklin can get this thing rolling here in period number 2. Ball loose in the circle, and it will be Transylvania.
They switch ends.
Yep. Got a whistle from behind. Looks like we may have had a foul call. A little bit of a hold as the official stops play momentarily down the center lane. Ball will be saved. Nice off the shot there by Rice getting the save. But here's another loose ball and another turnover. Rice is going to have to do a better job of clearing it out of her zone. A lot of her passes have been simply off the mark, and when you look at what Transylvania's been able to do, you're just giving them more and more possessions here in this first half. The cutter down the right lane, but nothing there. Wisely backing it away, and there's another foul call. Boy, Green works so well to the outside, and you've got to be very careful about who's in the restricted zone. We'll see another free possession opportunity, and there's another goal. That'll be number 11. That's going to be Green again.
Number 11, Charlotte Green.
Well, you get so many free position goals, and if you can score at the rate that what Transylvania is doing right now, even in that area, they're going to be very dominating. Take another look at it.
She's just quick on the whistle.
Well, and you notice how the two defenders, they have a chance to come get her, but they can't catch up with her. So it's like you said, she heard the whistle and she was off. So with the 10 goals or a 10-0 lead, the clock will now begin to tick. We'll have a running clock. Transylvania will make a change as you see new player coming in on defense. Possession again off the draw, man. Transylvania back on offense again, and they had an open lane just inside the 12-meter, but a whistle on the outside official. Looks like we'll have another free position opportunity now for Transylvania.
They really protect the shooter's head. You know, if that comes close, because they're not wearing any helmets at all.
How about Peterson? Peterson was from the top of the 12-meter. The defense couldn't catch up with her. And I think if you looked at Riley Rice, and we'll see it on the replay, she was playing high, and there was just nothing she could do as Abby Peterson. Just so good. Watch this. Look how quick she is off the 12 and went low on that one.
Abby has 3 goals. Charlotte Green has 4.
You think this Transylvania team is ready for the NCAAs? Oh, boy.
You bet they are. You know, success. Look at the girls basketball program. Won a national championship. Good publicity for our conference. Speaking of conference, our commissioner is in town today. He'll be our halftime guest tonight.
Got a foul there on Transylvania. Not many this afternoon.
There's the second.
Taking a look there at Bella Fry out of Bargersville, Indiana, played at Indian Creek High School. Bargersville. Is that like you're watching?
Well, we got a Hoosier that's producing, so he knows lots.
There's
what a save.
Yep, went high on that one is Waldron. And here comes Transy once again. Lula Thompson. Thompson off the drive and takes the hard shot. That's an easy call there. That'll go against Jackson.
Here's the save. Cut that in midair.
Work this one off the right side as you see Transylvania with Thompson. Cut down the middle, and then the goal scored by number 12, Lindley Dawson. And what made that possible, you saw Abby Peterson cut down the middle lane and then went to her right, drew the attention that time of Riley Rice and got her out of position there. That's a beautiful play.
Replay.
Take another look at this one, Keith, if you can see the cutter there, and that caught her attention.
Right between them, right?
Yep. And you would assume then at some point when Abby Peterson gets anywhere inside the 8-meter, you got to keep an eye on her, but once your attention went off Peterson, Thompson able to score the goal.
Lily Dotson's first goal today. From Cincinnati, Ohio. They keep a lot of kids from Ohio down here to play.
Yeah, they've got great programs in Ohio and a lot here, of course, in the state of Kentucky, and even here in Louisville. The Louisville and Lexington areas are just prime for lacrosse. Another shot went high, saved there by Rice. Ball unable to be cleared cleanly, and we have a 50-50 attempt, and this will go to Franklin.
28 shots on goal.
28-1. Watch this check from behind as you see Franklin trying to advance, and they get pushed back again. Good look here at Victoria Simmons. Once you get inside the 12-meter, working behind the restricted area, let's see what Franklin can do here. They don't have really an opportunity to take a lot of time. Trying to get back into this one here in the first half. That's a shot low. My ricocheted off of Waldron. It'll stay with Franklin. Well, you got to like this defense too, because that was tipped. That's what you call a deflection. That was nice by Lauren Arena. And look at your keeper all the way here to the near side. That shows you trust your defense.
She's huffing and puffing down there too, boy. That's a great play.
So now Transylvania back once again. Pass to the top, whistle, and that'll stop play.
Waldron, the goalie. Louisville, Kentucky. Went to Bauer High School. There's some basketball kids for you there in that
no
school.
Kidding. Free position opportunity again, and going low and a save as Peterson unable to get that one. Nice job there by Rice. Rice trying to clear, but you see Transy coming over, and that's going to be a foul there. You really can't extend the arms that far, but it also may have forced a turnover, and it did. So for Franklin, just not a good afternoon so far on offense or defense. 29-2 on the shots, are down 12-0.
And you're just looking for something positive offensively.
Yeah, you want to get that. They only scored the 4 goals the last time that these two teams got together. 1 goal in each period, but you can't be playing from a 12-0 deficit at this stage and really unable to take your time. There's another save. That was a left-handed shot there. As we head back the other way, good check, but able to scoop it up and take it the other way. In transition is Franklin. Good job cradling the ball. Took a check from the front and the back, and that was right to the ribs there. As you saw Julian Schleeper.
She was not going to give up.
She's going to get a chance right here. Free position opportunity. Not many so far today for Franklin. Low shot, and there's your score. So a free position goal scored by Schleeper. And finally on the board, Franklin here in the first half of play, second quarter. Schleeper out of Carmel. Adkins out of Carmel, as well as Victoria Simmons.
They're in Rich in Lacrosse, back in Carmel, Indiana. Again, quick speed.
Yep.
Just went real low, didn't they?
Yeah.
Tactile low.
Really, like you said, the key earlier, get that jump on the whistle. Try to beat those 2 defenders coming from your left and your right. Makes it more of a one-on-one opportunity with you and the goalie. Transy again, another draw control. Back on offense. We're coming up, in fact, just under 5 minutes remaining here in the first half of play. Cut down the middle. Pass for Charlotte Green, just unable to handle it, but they'll keep the possession. This is Peterson. They'll have 2 working in the restricted area behind the cage. See, they're really not a big hurry here with the big 12-1 lead. Really want to work the offense and possibly.
Well, you can shade off almost a minute of the game clock as well with the shot clock.
Right now, if you can find a cutter, they'll pick a lane at some point. Ball nearly turned over. That's Green. You saw Green drawing the double team. Delaney McCafferty out of Brownsburg trying to keep an eye on Green. Ball scooped up there by Rice, who will go back to Franklin. Well, they're also, again, when you look at the lineup right now, there's some different faces in there for Transylvania. Turnover, scoop, and we'll head the other way again. Nice defense here for Transylvania. Lauren Arena playing right there at midfield, and there you go again. See a turnover turned into a goal.
Number 2, Abby Peterson.
And there's Peterson again. See, Franklin, they've got to find a way to cut down on those turnovers, because you just gave another possession there to Transylvania. You'll take another look at it right here. Yeah, she faked high, went low. And once she got Rice up, there was nothing she could do.
Peterson's 4th goal of the day. I would think Transylvania's prime, ready to go.
Official score has Franklin for 7 turnovers, too. Yeah, that's a lot, 32-3. 16 ground balls won here today by Transylvania, only 2 so far for Franklin. And another draw control eventually won by Transylvania. Here they go again. They like to score in spurts. Exactly what they did, got out to a fast start in the last time these two teams met. This is what Transy did in the last possession. Did not get the goal on the offensive side there, but once they got the turnover, quickly in transition, scoring the 13th goal of the afternoon. And they'll work behind that restricted area a lot.
Almost sounds like a softball game with all the chattering going on behind us.
Ball loose there. Peterson will run it down far corner and reset it once again for Transylvania. Peterson's had a heck of a day, has Charlotte Green. The turn. I'll tell you what, you're drawing, what, 5 defenders now?
She's pretty determined, I do believe.
We got a whistle here, and it looks like we may have another free position opportunity, but how about that? 5 different dark jerseys around you.
Look like a honeybee SWAT.
How about this one? Nice save by Rice. Coming from the restricted area was Sparks.
Nice job, young lady.
Yeah, Sparks had a good look. Franklin, that'll be a foul call at midfield. They'll let him play on here. Keith, I think you should be one of those officials.
Nope.
120 yards, you can go back and forth.
Yeah, I could do that. 2 times. Once and then drop.
This is Simmons. Simmons turns, shoots wide left.
Right idea, though. Look at that save. Oh, popped it out. Still got it.
Yeah, it came right out. That was Sparks who came from behind the cage. Franklin still on offense here with under 36 seconds remaining. Inside the 8-meter, and they get the goal. Looked like number 26. That was Mia Turnbaugh out of Evansville Wrights High School. And that'll cut the deficit down to 11. I want to remind you, next week, as Keith had talked about earlier, both the HCAC baseball and softball championships right here on HCAC TV. And that will do it for our first half. After our first half of play, it's all Transylvania as they lead this one 13-2.
My name is Brittany. A little thing I love about the egg white grill is the toasty English muffin. It's toasted perfectly. It's just a little crispy, but not like hard crispy, but just crispy enough that when you bite into it, everything is perfect.
My name is Curtis, and I love the egg white grill because the egg itself, it's like soft and fluffy, like a pillow. I wouldn't eat my pillow, but I'd eat the Chick-fil-A breakfast egg white sandwich for sure.
They say nice guys don't finish first. So maybe it's time to reconsider what it means to be first.
It's about being your best, but knowing you could be even better.
It's being present, but respectful of history.
You sure you want to make that move?
It's donating something more valuable than money.
It's believing in yourself and something bigger.
It's coming from different families, but treating each other like brothers.
It's not just being a man, it's being a Mason.
Back at halftime with the score 13-2, Transylvania over Franklin in women's Heartland Conference Championship game in Lacrosse. Jay Jones, man,
it's such a complicated name.
No, it's so hard. Smith would be so much better.
Yeah, right.
It's Derby Day. Are you ready for the Derby? Are you going to leave here to go to the Derby?
I am not.
Okay.
But I am glad it's a beautiful Derby Day, and my hope is that those who are attending the Derby or maybe here in Lexington watching some horse races are able to watch their daughters and friends play today on SRN and enjoy this championship game.
Yeah, we talked about French tulips on the way down.
Well, that's nice. I haven't had one of those today. How about a mint julep instead of a French tulip?
What it is.
I think that's what you meant.
I was looking for the French tulip. Maybe that's wrong. Talk a little bit about the championships season. You crowned a lot of champions. You're almost done. You got two major ones left.
You know, spring in the Heartland Conference, but spring in small college athletics as a whole is just a really, really busy time for everyone. And then campuses, as we near the end of spring, our student athletes have finals, they have graduations, they have everything going. So everyone is super, super busy. But it's always fun to crown a lot of champions. We had 4 championships last weekend. We've got men's golf and women's lacrosse going this weekend, and then next weekend we end up with baseball and softball both together at the same time of the year, and that's going to be exciting, and those are on SRN, so I hope folks will tune in for those.
Yep, baseball up in Kokomo, softball down in Transy. Well, depends on game number 1 of the regular season.
Yeah, not completely locked up here at Transy yet, but
pretty close.
But it's close, and it looks like that based on that Transy and Mount outcome earlier this week, Transy is certainly in the driver's seat to host on the softball side. And then baseball, we played a neutral site in Kokomo. So folks that are listening from that area, I'd love to have you come out and watch that. That's a lot of fun. And all turf field with lights. And for baseball at this time of the year in Indiana, Ohio, and Kentucky, that was something that we really ultimately kind of got forced into if we were going to have a 6-team tournament. And so baseball and softball both play 6-team tournaments, and we hope for great weather, but if it should happen to rain on us, then it's really hard to drive baseball infield. So.
Yeah, my travel agent told me to be prepared to stay till Monday, so I guess so. I don't know.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about, though, the relationship with the Heartland Conference and what we do. We launched the HCAC.TV network, which is exploding everywhere. Talk about that and the mindset of why we wanted to do just that TV.
Yeah, I think a couple of things as we look at streaming, and especially then coming out of COVID. Most every college and university and therefore every conference is expected to be streaming, and they are. What we wanted to do is to take our championship events and in as many sports as we could do, raise the level of the broadcast where we could. And some of our schools do a fantastic job week in and week out, and others is not as consistent. So what we were really looking for was consistency, quality coverage, good play-by-play, multiple cameras, and you all at SRN have just been amazing partners to us. And I can't say thanks enough to all of you and your crew, and it's been good, and our parents and fans love it, and we've got viewers that are able to tune in and watch a quality broadcast for these championships.
No, I got to stop you. You said really good play-by-play. You know who's working today, right?
Well, I was talking really in general and by and large. Plus, Troy does a great job. So yeah.
You know, it was kind of neat. For the first time this year, we all loaded up in one vehicle instead of doing 2 or 3, 4 vehicles. We all loaded in one vehicle. That was kind of neat. The donut was really great, and I tried to get a nap in, Jay, and you know my naps, and I didn't get one in.
So you told me out in the parking lot. You said, "Look, we all got in one vehicle," and I thought that I was going to look over. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, where John Candy's got the polka band and the U-Haul.
Yeah,
that's about what it must be like traveling with the SRN crew. I'm glad I drove separate. I hope my car keeps running, so I don't have to get in that
if you need a ride back to Indy, we can get you back somewhere.
I hope I'm in good shape.
Yep. With the championships the way they are, everything stays the same. Football season starts in almost 10 weeks after we get done with. I know that you don't like to hear that, but that's about true.
I do love to hear it.
Yeah.
This is what we do, and I was out at a really neat. I know there's Franklin viewers on today, and Franklin's football team did such a cool spring football parents event the other night that I was able to go and talk to the team, and to be honest, it excites me for the fall, but I would like a little rest this summer as well, but yeah, it's what we do, and football will come back before we know it, and so it should be good.
Let's talk real quick, 30 seconds.
Yep.
Let's talk about let's brag on your son. Racing starts. Mama's ready, daddy's ready, little sister, little brother's ready.
So my son races go-karts, and actually my son, I will brag on him a little bit. He won the Indiana State High School iRacing championship this year as a sophomore. So about 80 kids competing in iRacing. It's a different time to grow up, right? So if I would have known I could have gone to college playing video games, I would have been quite the athlete.
Me too.
Quote unquote athlete. But, anyway.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Thanks. I appreciate that.
Thanks for coming up.
Thank you very
Take
much.
a break. We'll come back for the second half.
All right. Thanks.
Calling officials cheaters or corrupt, it's not a game.
Insulting referees, it's not a game.
Threatening officials, it's not a game.
Berating young umpires, learning the ropes, it's not a game.
Violent language in the stands, it's not a game.
Verbal abuse from the sideline, it's not a game.
Screaming at a referee in the parking lot, it's not a game.
Back once again here at Transylvania. You're watching the HCAC championship matchup here this afternoon between Transylvania and Franklin College. We're ready for the second half coming up here in just moments. Troy Dergowski along with Coach Keith Myers. The numbers really kind of spell out, and maybe the score isn't as bad as you might think it would be when you think about the amount of shots that Transylvania has taken in the first half, a 33-5 edge. So the good news is Franklin only down by 11, but they really got to pick it up now. See, once again, was the draw control will be won by Franklin as they'll work it in position here in the second half of play. Winner advances to the NCAA Division III championships. Franklin in the restricted area, just behind the goal, and what a day so far for Waldron, though she hasn't been challenged very much. The Defensive Player of the Year in the HCAC. Has one save here this afternoon, and part of that has to do with just how good Transylvania's defense is overall.
You know, and right now Franklin's just taking their time, looking for a little hole in the defense.
Had a ground ball opportunity there, but able to get it back as Franklin is there at the 12 meter. They're not going to score a whole lot at the 12, and they got to work it into the 8 and closer in. A good save low that time by Waldron.
Yeah, here comes numbers for Transy.
Well, one thing when you look at the offense for Franklin, they look kind of tentative in that possession, and Transylvania just excellent passing and a goal scored immediately in their first possession. That's Koshifer, the senior out of Louisville. Sparks will get the assist, and that just shows you how quickly that Transylvania can go from one end to the other end, and if your defense doesn't get into place, you're going to be in big trouble. It's like a 2-on-1 fast break in basketball. You saw the two defenders there. They were trailing, and they're going to have to get in better position. So the lead back to 12.
That was her first goal of the night.
Draw control. It's been dominated so far by Transylvania. Franklin able to come up with this time the double team and a quick foul call. That called right at the restraining line, and so Franklin. Well, if you're the Grizzlies at this stage, you're trying to finish something positive if you possibly can. But you look at this Transylvania team, they just had so much domination over their last 5 games, and we're talking with their SID earlier. They just play such a good schedule early on. You're talking about playing teams like DePaul. They go to Birmingham Southern.
Yeah, but you look at Franklin's roster, only 5 seniors on the on the roster. So you got something to build on, and that's pretty much what you're trying to do.
That's Laura Adkins on the goal. That'll happen off a free position opportunity. So their third goal of the afternoon. I certainly go back and think about, again, some of the games that they played. Speaking of Transylvania, and here is the goal right there. But you played at Sewanee, you take on Illinois Wesleyan, got a win against Baldwin Wallace, Carthage, and they came out of that and they ended up losing 4 of those early matchups. Ended up winning 4 as well. So you look at, they were basically a 500 team before they go to Anderson and then started the domination from that point on. Another opportunity, in fact, for Franklin, another draw control win. We talked about that at the beginning of the broadcast. If they were going to have a chance, they were going to have to get a lot of draw control opportunities go their way. But so far that has not been the case so far this afternoon, as they'll work it in the restricted area behind the cage looking for an opening. You notice right there's a little pick action going on right at inside the 12 meter, but they weren't able to get anybody open.
And that was a lot different than we saw in the first half.
This is Simmons. Now Simmons played it behind the cage in the restricted area and then went all the way around, and there was just nothing there. Not enough movement here by Franklin. That one down the middle, and there's a goal scored by Bailey Riddle. took the center lane and found the opening, and it's now 14-4. Gladowski will get credit for the assist. Gladowski out of Noblesville, played at Guerin Catholic High School.
Who won a state championship in her career there.
See, that was a really nice cut down the center lane to get the goal.
A lot better first 5 minutes of this second half for Franklin.
Yeah.
Cut it to 10.
Well, they were very patient there. They're getting close to running that clock down after you saw Simmons work behind the cage and then went on the top near the 12-meter mark, and then all of a sudden here's another draw control win here for Franklin. Look at the double team, though. They're checking. Now you got a triple team and a stick check there, but they're going to call the foul anyway against Transylvania. Bella Fry just not going to catch a break here, is she?
No.
Bella gets it in her netting, and they come checking. See, there's a double team again. That's something that Transylvania's done well. Really forcing the offense way, way outside. Simmons has run a lot here in this third quarter. There's the double team again. Tried to stick check it, but nothing available. And again, Franklin at the top. We'll work down the right lane for a moment and then forced back to the outside. That's a dangerous pass, and that one just a little bit wide on this shot. That was Schleeper.
You gotta get it. She went out of zone.
Ball high, turnover by Franklin. Yeah, but Schleeper did the right thing, cutting down that left lane, looking for an opening, and now look at this quick transition the other way by Transylvania. Franklin, all the pressure on them again on their defense. Transylvania wisely, nothing there, will set it up. Lindley Dawson out of Cincinnati. So you can do these things when you're up by 10. Clock is running, the score and the clock is on your side. Good look here again at Peterson. Peterson looking back to the middle. Ball is loose, but again picked up there by Bruder. And a shot, big time. Once again, there is Abby Peterson just outside the 8-meter and able to get another point on the board. Bruder gets the assist, the sophomore out of Marietta, Georgia. Looks like we have a timeout, but let's take a look at this goal first.
Timeout called by Franklin.
Well, I tell you what, once that ball got loose, and there you see.
Oh, she just.
Yeah.
She nice. Almost like a basketball player.
Yeah, Bruder right back to Peterson.
Her 5th goal of the day.
So a timeout here at Transylvania in this championship matchup. It is an 11-point lead here in this third quarter.
Don't forget, on Thursday, baseball and softball tournaments for the Heartland Conference right here on HCAC TV. The official draw comes out tomorrow afternoon, and you can check our website on that. That's IndianaSRN.org. Coverage, wall-to-wall coverage, and we pray no rain and no 4-hour games this year.
Had a couple of those last year, didn't we?
4 hours, 20 minutes.
Yeah, that was a one long rain delay, but we got them all in. Earlham ended up winning the baseball championship. Of course, now, speaking of the defending champions, they've got to win this weekend. In fact, they have 4 very, very tough games to play to try to get in. They won't be the number 1 seed, but they just want to qualify. But how about Franklin? Baseball having a good year?
Our buddy Lance Marshall's done a good job there.
Yeah. And by the way, yours truly will be up in Kokomo for that. Keith will be here for the softball, which I know he's been trying to talk me out of changing. But
no, I'm excited about my executive producer that I'm working with next week. He is the bomb.
Is he?
And he knows the Transylvania campus front, sideways, backwards.
Oh, good.
So he'll know the hot spots.
Tell you one thing for sure. I'm going to enjoy that press box. They can go there to watch it, right?
Yes.
See, I help people even during the
Oh,
broadcast.
we got fans coming up to the booth.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's pretty nice. Do they want my autograph?
No.
Oh, okay. We might as well talk about our crew today. Joe Mears on camera 1. And Chuck Levine on camera 2. On the clock cam is Sticks and Jerry Collins.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he won an Emmy last year.
Really?
Yeah, an IndianaSRN Emmy.
Wow, that's great. You know, I'm just glad that because we just came off of the outdoor championships.
Oh, track and field?
Yeah, and Chuck sometimes got a little distracted. And that,
well, the wind.
Yeah,
it
was the wind, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was up in that tower up there.
Well, where I saw him the second time, he was not in any tower, but I saw his head keep turning.
It must have been the bees.
It was. All right, here we go. After the timeout, draw control. See who picks it up. Franklin's actually had a pretty decent third quarter, but there is Bruder once again. Boy, in Transylvania, when they get into their attacking third, they are so tough. I like their movement, a lot of motion in this offense. They pass extremely well. And if you're the keeper in Riley Rice, you see her number 50 right in front of the cage there. She's got to really maneuver side to side quickly. At the 8, and the score once again. That's Barbie.
Transylvania by number 9, Tanaya Barbie.
Is that her third goal of the night? No, that's her second goal.
Tanaya, did you see how she cut back in? I mean, they run that so effectively and so well that you can see if Rice doesn't have any help on defense, that's just almost unfair. Watch the defense, how it does not transfer over right here. She's got to get over and stop her.
Yep, and she just backhanded that one. That's pure strength right there. That's the weight room for you.
Well, one thing about it, that defense, if they'll step out and force the offensive player back the other way, don't let them have that such an easy lane inside the 8 meter, because that's just way too close for the keeper there. And again, it becomes a one-on-one as another draw control 1, and here they come again. I think they got a little pep talk during that last time out to step it up a little bit more on offense, as it looks like we'll have another free position opportunity right here for Transylvania, and this is always big. The wind is kind of picked up a little bit here this afternoon, so if things look a little shaky, it's just nothing more than the wind, not Keith getting up and out of his chair. I'm sorry, I just had to throw that in.
I appreciate that.
Hey, great save right there by Rice.
As well as Transy has played this year, do you think they'll get maybe a bid to come to host the first round?
Yeah, I don't know.
I would think that would be very well achieved.
Well, I think they certainly have the facility to do so, and
yes,
the staff here does a fantastic job in everything that they do, and we certainly want to thank them this afternoon for their help and the statistics and everything that happens here. So I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't, or if they did get one, but I don't know what the criteria is.
Well, I tell you what, the athletic department and the whole entire staff has been just bomb all weekend long.
You know, and I noticed as you see Transylvania coming back on offense after the turnover, the first thing that you said when we came to the stadium was, is the concession stand open? Shot just a little bit wide, and it was, by the way. So
you know, there's someone in Tampa that's listening.
Well, and by the way, I won't say who that person is in Tampa, but she knows full good and well that you shouldn't be eating some of that stuff. Turnover there by Transylvania. You asked me, by the way, too, how much of health food they had there. I didn't see anything healthy.
I got one thing. Let's move on. 3 minutes left in the third quarter.
This is Franklin back on offense. Good look there at Glodowski. How was the popcorn?
I didn't get any.
Okay. Glodowski, one of the top players in the conference, now in the restricted area just behind the cage, but that defense shadowing everybody. The pass was high, intended there for Adkins, but Franklin somehow able to get it back. Turn ball out of Evansville Wrights, just a junior. Now we'll hand it off to Simmons. See, Franklin being very deliberate on offense, but again, they've got to really kind of step things up here and get some shot opportunities. That'll be a foul call. And the shot was off the mark anyway. Looked like maybe Simmons, she got checked from behind and had to readjust her glasses, her protective glasses, so she's not in the offense right at the moment. Still trying to get them adjusted.
Shot clock down to 13.
Well, there really isn't going to be that many possessions for Franklin the rest of this game. I know the clock will say, hey, you got 15 minutes, but they're really going to have to pick it up here soon. Yep, see, there was a shot clock violation right there. That's our first of the day.
Did you see Transy's goal with the fist up in the air like, all right, good job, defense?
Yeah, that was. Here's Bruder. Bruder trying to get by the defender, receiving the check, will spin and shoot, and there's another save by the keeper, Rice. But there's another sloppy play. Franklin will keep it. That'll be a foul call against Transy. You know, I look at the possessions and how long. Again, you're talking about 90 seconds. You run off 90 seconds and you didn't get a shot off. That's got to be a little bit deflating. Yeah. Well, we have sunshine and have had it again for the, you know, I went out when you were talking to the commissioner. It's beautiful out there.
Yeah.
I wish you could have been there.
Commissioner needed me.
He's going to be traveling between here and Kokomo, isn't he?
Well, the assistant commissioner is making a special trip back from her destination she's been in all week, and I'm sure she's looking forward to be with baseball.
I noticed she didn't tell us during the track meet she was going to Hawaii.
Oh, you... Thanks.
We didn't mean to shame
Not
her.
my fault, Stacy. I tried.
on assignment at Hawaii.
Yeah, you never know. We may expand out to the HCAC.TV. Could expand.
All the way to Hawaii. Turnover there by Franklin once again as they were trying to get in position, but they'll transition back to offense.
We can swim across the pond.
They could. This is Sparks. 27 seconds remaining here in the third as we play in the second half. Again, a running clock after one team gets up by 10. Ball rolls in for a goal. And that just shows you the kind of afternoon it has been. The goal will be credited. Abby Rao will. Looked like to me it was Peterson who actually scored the goal, and they may give Rao the assist. Nope, number 4. That is Abby Rao. So it was number 4, not number 2. Take another look at it here. It's just one of those things just rolled in.
For Transy by number 2, Abby Peterson. Score after the third quarter, Transylvania 17.
Well, whoever scored it, that actually, I think it was Peterson. We will take a timeout here at Transylvania. You're watching HCAC TV, where you always have a front row seat.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Yeah, I sung with Whitney Houston on tour a couple of years.
Did you really? You're the backup singer?
Yeah.
Or?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
17-4, you see the score. Championship game. Here's the last goal of the day, of the third quarter. Oh, she just...
Yeah, just kind of scooped it, huh?
Yeah. Finger roll.
Yeah, that was beautiful. By the way, I heard you singing earlier, and if you were with Whitney Houston, you've really, really hit the skids lately.
Well, no, they had reverb back then. They would just say, put more reverb in Coach's mic.
By the way, a couple of numbers here quickly. Shots so far, Transylvania 40-10. Ground balls, Transylvania 19-3. Clears so far, Franklin 7 of 19. Transylvania perfect at 13 of 13. Franklin 16 saves, Transylvania 2. Turnovers 18 by Franklin. That's really tough. Transylvania only 5. 9 fouls by Franklin, 2 by Transy. And that kind of gives you the gist of some of the numbers we have seen here in this contest as we're now ready for period number 4. Already a draw control and a shot may have hit the upright on the left, ball just in front of the keeper and eventually scooped up there by Riley Rice.
That's real difficult for the goalie because there is 5 or 6 girls right in your way. You don't know whose stick is who.
Well, and one thing about it, if you see Rice trying to clear it at midfield, if you don't get in position, it's easy enough just to get a quick wrist shot, and next thing you know, a goal is scored. Nice move to the inside, and that's going to be a little bit wide. Good job by Waldron, able to play that one off the shot that time by Glodowski.
She's had some great saves today.
Boy, Glodowski looked like she was going to have a potential one-on-one opportunity. Ball was nearly thrown away the last time by Franklin, and here come the Pioneers once again, and falling down on the turf is Bella Fry, and the whistle called against Transylvania, so Fry will pick it up, and here we go. We have not seen Franklin really do a good job today of clearing. That'll be a check, and I think that's more maybe that time by Riddle twisting an ankle instead of getting checked, because she came up a little bit lame on that one.
Good call here by the official, making sure she's okay, then starts play again. That's a great call. I think our officials do a great job in the conference of making everything as fair and safety of the players.
After the turnover, here come the Pioneers once again. Opportunity. That's going to be shot wide to the right by Barbie. Barbie maybe cuts back to the inside, uses that right lane, perhaps a little better angle on the shot.
Wind has really picked up here.
It really has. But I think I like it better than what the opportunity might have been. Thinking about rain perhaps today, and we're hoping again next week it'll be just rain-free. I know you're hoping rain in Kokomo, but nah, I think you were just a little bit emotional about that, knowing that you're going to be here again.
I'm excited.
I know you are. This is a 50-50 ball available, picked up Transylvania. Now an opportunity again in the middle. That one is just a little bit high on the pass, intended for Thompson.
And Troy, the opportunity for these players to be able to seen on World Wide Web is very impressive. We're taking a privilege to be able to do that.
How about Sophia Sparks? Nice passing again on the offense there by Transylvania. Sparks found the opening, went high with the shot.
Second goal of the night for her.
43-11 now on the shots here this afternoon. Watch this. Nice spin, and then just got Rice out of position a little bit high in the circle and was able to find the angle.
I like the goggles. Good look.
You ought to wear some while you're up here.
Support those.
Yeah.
Wear some goggles?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
For all
I
the
thought you
shots
were talking about it might be like a hairnet or something.
For all the shots you get from us.
That's brutal.
You go 3 hours in a car with you guys, it's you get pretty humble by the end of the ride.
Yes, sir.
Another draw control one here by Transylvania. Pass down the middle and loose from behind, but we do have a whistle by the official to stop play. That was Dawson again, cutting down the middle lane. And so we will have a free position opportunity again for Lindley Dawson. So you're on the hash mark, 2 defenders to each side, and nice save there by Rice. Rice going low to her right to get the save. 18 saves here this afternoon, but boy, they got to find a way to get this offense in transition. They have not really done very well today clearing. And when they get in on offense, try to find some good shooting space to work with, but just hasn't been their day here this afternoon. Not like what we have seen Transylvania. Well, you get across the midfield line, and look at that defense.
You have 4 girls right there waiting on you.
I think they called a foul, though, so they're going to bring it back. Fans don't exactly agree with that call, but the official right on top of it. Look at this Rice save you're going to see here in a moment.
There you go. Nice little scoop. Monday, join us Monday at 6 o'clock for the baseball softball preview show live from Aspen Creek Grill up in Noblesville, Indiana. IndianaSRN.org. We'll talk with some coaches, and the commissioner will be there. We'll break down the tournament.
You got him to go there too?
Commissioner's coming.
See, that's why you don't need me. You got Sean and him. I wouldn't get a word in edgewise.
Jerry's buying him a steak dinner. That's why he's coming.
Yeah. Franklin again working here with 9 minutes remaining in this championship matchup. They'll be in the restricted area once again. See, there's not a lot of movement like you would see with Transylvania. You see a couple of cutters here, but Transylvania always able to keep the defender between themselves and the goal. So they worked that very well. See, and there's your double team drawn right there. Shot is going to be high by Simmons. Really didn't get a good look. In fact, barely even squared her shoulders to get the kind of shot she was looking for. So is that steak dinner on Monday for all of you?
No.
Oh,
Just the
commissioner.
Hot dogs for everybody else.
Oh, boy. Transylvania once again on offense. Nice cut, and a high score on that one. Went high on the shot. That's going to be Dawson. That was a great assist. Koshifer gets the assist, and so it's now a 19-4 lead. If they get one more, we're talking now about 6 straight in which they've scored 27 times that they have scored 20 goals in a matchup this season. And that was just absolutely worked to perfection. And we've got a timeout here from Transylvania. You're watching HCAC TV, where you always have a front row seat.
Myers, Vice President of IndianaSRN. Thanks for joining us. Do you know IndianaSRN broadcasts 350 games a year? All sorts of sports? Yeah, we do. Hard to believe, isn't it? IndianaSRN loves to put student athletes first on our website. If you're a business out there, we probably could help you too. Contact us at coach@IndianaSRN.org. Grandma from out of state thanks you. Mom and Dad who can't get to the game, thanks you as well. In fact, our athletes watch the games over and over again. Our military has enjoyed the games as well. So sit back and enjoy the game. It's IndianaSRN.
Back once again here at Transylvania, 19-4. Cassie Hamilton, the SID, joining us from Transylvania. And I'll tell you what, you guys do a great job. Thank you for everything you've done for us this afternoon.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It is, I know for you and the rest of your staff, an opportunity to see a championship matchup here today. Talk a little bit about Transylvania. And you guys have had a great sports season this year.
Yep, we like championships and we like trophies, so this is one of our favorite things to do, is to create such a great experience, not only for our players, but for all the players in the HCAC.
You go back to women's basketball and the success that they had. I'm sure it feeds off when you think about what success you've had here for the women's lacrosse team as well, and how well they played now here in the last 5 or 6 games has been incredible.
Yeah, so the women's lacrosse team is actually our 4th undefeated HCAC regular season team in throughout the school year. So, and should we win this one, this will be our 4th HCAC championship for our women's team too. And then we're looking forward to softball again next week. They've only dropped 1 game, so they couldn't be in the undefeated, but that's still a phenomenal record for all of our women's teams especially.
We'll talk about, if you wouldn't mind, next week. Softball will be held here. We know baseball will be at Kokomo. What happens next week? It starts on Thursday, correct?
Yeah, so they'll play the double elimination tournament. They'll play Thursday, Friday, and then the championship would be Saturday.
Okay. And, of course, we'll be here for that and carry all the games next week as well. All right, all the students are gone now, right? I mean, they've all gone home they're still on campus.
No, so we have May term. So all of
okay.
our students take 1 class for the very end of April and then most of May, and they take the 1 class every day for about 2 hours.
Okay.
And it's a lot of exploratory topics and a lot of other great classes that they get to take that maybe they wouldn't have gotten to take on a regular basis. So
yeah.
All of our students are still here. They're enjoying May term, and then it's nice to have them around, especially for championship time in the spring. So not every school gets to do that.
Before I let you go, and Keith is going to be back in a second, as he's just chomping at the bit to get back on air. But it takes a lot of staff to put an event like this together. Talk about what that entails. You got a lot of, I'm sure, student workers that certainly put in a lot of time as well.
Yeah, so May term again is super helpful because our student workers are still here on campus. They do a great job of chipping in and doing whatever we have to do. All of our people on staff jump in and do everything that they can because we've talked about before in D3 you don't have as many people as the higher divisions, but we make it work with all of our championships. So like next week on Saturday we'll have teams arriving for the NCAA Men's National Championship. So that'll be throughout that next week, and we got a lot, but we like championships here, and we just get it done.
27 sports, though.
Yes.
Do you ever get time off, or you just kind of stay around here and just keep working, huh?
We just keep going.
Thank you for joining us this afternoon.
Thanks.
All right, very good. 27 sports, again, here at Transylvania, and we mentioned certainly, Keith, you talk about staying busy with everything that they do. Beautiful campus. Lexington, Kentucky is a beautiful city as well, and so you can see why they're certainly have fun hosting as much as they do here.
Yeah, and we want to thank their IT department today as well. They did a nice job of checking with us, making sure we had everything we needed, and so we are writing down the clock here in 19-4.
You know, we will be having the championship trophy presentation following the matchup here today. What I found interesting more with Cassidy coming over is you're trying to pass off the last 7 minutes of the broadcast here and move on to something else, weren't you?
Yeah, well, she told me no.
Okay. Yeah, I meant Cassie, not Cassidy. That'll be Sophia Sparks getting the goal there. Now they have reached the 20-goal plateau now for the last 6 games they have played this year.
There we go.
Take another look at this one.
Just looks for the open. Oh, right underneath the underneath the goal.
And you saw again the defense right there. They were chasing from behind, and you really can't do that. You've got to find a way when they get to that 8-meter mark and they get basically a goal opportunity that close. You've got to find a way to force them out, and Franklin unable to do that once again. So draw control here as we're under 4 minutes remaining, and Transylvania will win another championship here this afternoon. There's another draw control again for the Pioneers. Franklin trying to force a turnover, can't do so. Quick stick there by Transylvania. They'll hold the possession once again. And, you know, they can basically run this shot clock down and get a shot opportunity and perhaps take the possession again. And it's all academic at this stage. Just want for Franklin to see if they can finish out in a positive nature. Nice spin and a goal. What a turn there. But Koshifer, the senior, and they're going to put another ring on their finger, Coach.
Yes, they are. And she says they love championships. I kind of liked them when I coached.
How many did you have?
Championships?
Or did you just play them?
I can't count them on one hand. You know how good of a basketball coach I was.
You did fine.
Yeah.
You know, it's good.
You know, I'm out of the game right now.
You know, it's kind of like when you have good teams, you just kind of get out of the way and let them do their thing, right?
That's what I tried to do.
Yeah, me too, but I didn't have any good teams. Coming up on 2 minutes remaining here in Lexington, Kentucky, here on the campus of Transylvania University. And here is a rare draw control win there by Franklin this afternoon.
What you don't want to happen here is someone getting hurt or chippy play. Finish out, been a good, clean game. Keep that momentum going that way.
Well, Bella Fry, though, who you saw there on the turf moments ago, has drawn several double teams here this afternoon.
Oh, how did she get that ball in there?
Well, you get these ground ball opportunities, and you see Mara Wagner out of Avon, Ohio, just a sophomore, the opportunity to get some play in as a midi. Nice pass, but a little bit high, and it's still loose. Can Transylvania keep possession? And they will, as we come up on 1 minute remaining.
And the shot clock does not reset because it stayed on their end of the field.
See if they'll even try to get one more score here. Nice scoop, and it comes out of the netting that time for Bruder. So Rice will pick it up, clear it from here, and that might be the last possession for Transylvania if Franklin can get in transition on offense. Nonetheless, you're going to see a Transy team that'll improve to 11-4. Then they'll wait and see what their tournament draw will look like. Franklin back the other way, a check from behind, and that'll go against Transylvania as Bailey Riddle will have a chance here on a free possession opportunity. 18 seconds and counting. Last chance for Franklin. Good save once again by Waldron. That was a kind of a medium shot. Save to the left side of Waldron. And I believe that is going to do it right there. And the official down on the field had called time that the game was over, and that's going to do it. So Transylvania dominant once again after beating Franklin in the last game 27-4. They win this one 21-4, and Transylvania, they are the champions now of the Heartland Collegiate Lacrosse Conference. So congratulations.
Good ball game from the start. Needed a quick start by Franklin. That did not occur, but man, Transy just came out, scored very quickly. 9 goals in the first quarter. Really set the pace.
Yeah, they scored within 46 seconds of this contest, and it only took them, in fact, less than 3 minutes to get the second score, less than 2 minutes to get the third on the board, and they did it again 2 minutes later. And it almost was a carbon copy of what they did in their first matchup. They got up at that point 7-0. And then ended up 12-1 after one. But they just kept coming and coming and coming. And when you put that much pressure on another team, it's really tough to do. They had the one man-up goal at 5:50 remaining. That was the only man-up goal that we saw on the entire afternoon.
Great ball game. As you see both teams, this is what I love about the sportsmanship at the end of it.
Got our final numbers here, and would you like to read any of these, or do you
No,
want
go right ahead.
I mean, you want to time off early? Would you like some more time off? Or?
Yeah, I would love to. I just sit back and watch my trophies.
All right, shots by each team, 47-14, Transylvania. Ground balls today, Transylvania 24, Franklin 7. Clears today, Transylvania was 16 of 17, Franklin only 11 of 26, and so those extra possessions there for Transylvania were big here this afternoon. Franklin 18 saves, Transylvania with 4. Turnovers today, Franklin had 24 turnovers, Transylvania just 10, and then Franklin had 10 fouls, Transylvania finished with 3. From a goal standpoint, boy, you look at the goals here today. 6 by Peterson, 4 by Green, and 4 by Sparks as they led the way. And you see Transylvania headed this way to receive their championship trophy and all the hardware that will come with it. By the way, Koshifer ended up with 6 points today, had 4 assists, 10 assists on the day for Transylvania. On the other side, Schleeper had a goal, Adkins had a goal, Turnbull had a goal, and Riddle had a goal for Franklin. It was 9-0 after 1, 13-2 at halftime, and then it ballooned from there to 17-4, and your final at 21-4. By the way, good day really for Riley Rice. Had 21 goals given up, but had 18 saves, and again, her defense didn't help her as much as they certainly needed to here this afternoon. And I think do we want to go downstairs?
Yeah, we'll go to the public address.
Okay. Once they are ready to go, we will pick up our public address announcer for the championship presentation. By the way, Franklin will finish out their year at 9-6. They got some players that they will be able to work with for next year. In fact, if you look at the roster, Simmons a senior, Gladowski a senior. They'll have to replace her leadership and scoring. And then Jackson also a senior. So they have a lot of their players coming back again for next season. So Franklin will have a lot to build on. But again, we'll find out this week, Transylvania, what that NCAA tournament will look like. It's something that they're kind of used to. After you win as many championships in a row as they have, they will be certainly tournament ready because they've been tournament tested over the last several years.
Nice little crowd on hand today, too.
Well, it's a beautiful day. I mean, we had the sunshine and we got some clouds now, and it got a little bit windy. But again, it's been since we started about 72 up to 77 here this afternoon. So they couldn't have asked for a better day when it comes to weather. Get a look right there at the runner-up this year in the Heartland Collegiate Lacrosse Conference. And
they had a great year.
Yeah.
Play for a championship. It's a very, very an honor to play for a championship.
Yeah, and remember at one time they opened up with a couple of wins, and then they ended up losing 4 in a row.
Yep.
And then they reeled off 4 straight wins before they lost to Transylvania, then beat Anderson in the semifinals. So when you look at, if you break it down half the season, their second half of the season, they were 5-2. There is the commissioner.
I'm sure he's cracking some jokes down there. He got a nice haircut, didn't he? Went to the barber.
He did.
Cleaned up pretty well.
Yeah, he's going to be just like you and me here soon.
Soon.
By the way, I see the coaches meeting off to the right of the Transylvania players. So I don't know what they're discussing, but I think we're kind of waiting for them. What do you think they're talking about over there, Coach?
How good the broadcast was?
I'm sure they did.
I'm sure that's.
Well, if that were the case, they'd be done in 3 or 4 seconds. Hey, that was great, man.
Yeah, that's the athletic director of Transylvania, the head coach.
Okay, let's go to our public address announcer.
At this time, we'll recognize the members of the 2023 HCLC All-Tournament team. If present, please come forward and accept your award. From Anderson, Riley Tull. From Franklin, Jillian Schleiper. From Transylvania, Diana Bruder. From Franklin, Laura Atkins. From Transylvania, Lindley Dawson.
By the way, we're having the announcements here of the all-tournament team for this year's championship run.
Anya Glodowski. From Transylvania, Claire Duck. From Transylvania, Sophia Sparks. And from Transylvania, Vian Kashifer. At this time, we would like to recognize the HCLC tournament runners-up. Congratulations to Franklin on an outstanding season, which culminated in the HCLC championship game. Let's have a round of applause for the Franklin Grizzlies. And now your HCLC tournament champions. Congratulations to the Transylvania Pioneers. Please come forward and receive the HCLC tournament trophy and banner. Transylvania, after winning the HCLC Tournament Championship, has earned an automatic bid into the 2023 NCAA Division III Women's Lacrosse Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your support of the HCLC and NCAA Division III Women's Lacrosse.
All right.
Have a safe trip home.
There you have it, Keith. The championship is in the books, and you see the champions right there. There'll be now an automatic qualifier to the NCAA tournament. So congratulations, and hopefully they make a nice run like the women's team did.
Be a nice little run, and congratulations to them and to Franklin and everyone who played. Great job by our staff today. Remind you again, now check out the baseball, softball starts on Thursday. Check out first pitch at 10 o'clock on both locations, and check our website, IndianaSRN.org, or the Heartland Conference website, and we'll be ready to go.
10 o'clock's pretty early. Can we move that back a little bit?
10 o'clock. See you at 10 o'clock.
So, again, baseball and softball coming up next week. And, again, as Keith said, we want to thank the entire crew for a great job this afternoon. Thanks to all the help here from the fine folks at Transylvania University, making our job much, much easier today as well. So the champions this year, Transylvania, they will make the trip wherever it may be. Maybe they'll get to host the opening round game of the NCAA tournament. Nonetheless, we'll keep an eye on them and give you updates next week of how they did once we get to baseball, starting, as we said, on Thursday for both baseball and softball. That'll do it. Final score this afternoon, Transylvania 21, Franklin 4. This has been Championship Women's Lacrosse right here on Indiana SRN and HCAC TV.